So good morning students. Today I am going to talk about our lecture 3, that is based on ionization enthalpy. Then we will discuss successive ionization enthalpy. Then we will discuss few examples, then the factors which are governing ionization enthalpy. Okay, means these the factors which are affecting ionization enthalpy. Then few of the questions that are based on the concept of ionization enthalpy. So this is the part of our video today. Okay, so starting from the ionization enthalpy. Okay, so first of all, when I'll say ionization enthalpy, okay, ionization, that means you have to ionize the ion. Enthalpy, second term you can use for enthalpy, that could be type of energy. Okay, now what is ionization enthalpy? How you can understand the ionization enthalpy? See, first of all, I'm going to take the example here. We can take any of the atom you can take. Definitely ionization enthalpy, we usually first of all take the examples of metals. Okay, or even we can take non-metals also. Non-metals are also having the chances to lose the electron, but for that the value of ionization enthalpy definitely will be high, because they are not easily losing the electron. More of energy is required to remove electron. Okay, so I'm going to take first of all the example here, that will be of we will take sodium. Okay, I'm taking the example of sodium. In the last question also we have discussed about sodium, so that's why I'm again discussing about sodium metal here. So as you know, the electronic configuration, it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. so this is what? This is the electronic configuration of what? Sodium. Okay, now you can see here that sodium can easily lose its one electron. In the last video, the last question which we have discussed, there also we have discussed that sodium can easily lose its electron. Okay, now why sodium is losing the electron? Because when it will lose its electron, then it will have the electronic configuration, that is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. How many electron? Only 10 electron will be there. Okay, as only 10 electron will be there, so it will behave like what? Neon is what? A noble gas. Okay, neon is what? A noble gas. Now neon is having electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. This is the electronic configuration of what? Neon. Okay, now we are saying that sodium will lose electron, but how sodium is losing electron? Definitely, if any element is giving its electron, then some of the element could be there that is accepting an electron. Now if an element like sodium, it gives its electron, then definitely that could be received by any element B, that could be a receiver, which we can say a non-metal. Okay, if a metal loses its electron, then definitely a non-metal could be there that is having a tendency to accept. Otherwise, because the rule of the chemistry is to just balance. Okay, definitely if something some loss of energy is there, then some gain of energy could be there, because law of conservation of energy and law of conservation of mass are neither destroyed in chemistry. So based on that, the question arises here that yes, the sodium is losing electron, but how sodium is losing electron? The energy which is required to remove electron from 3s, the energy that is required to remove electron from 3s, what is that energy? That is what? Ionization enthalpy. Now what is the ionization enthalpy will do? See, this is a nucleus. Okay, then the shell 1, next will be what? Shell 2, next will be shell 3. So sodium, how many electron? 2 electron are here, 8 electron are here. Electrons are lying here. Now when we will see, this is the third shell. Okay, that is a K, this is L, this is M. Okay, now In the third shell, which orbital is filled? 3s is filled. Okay, now 3 7 1 electron. Now how the electron will be removed? Some form of energy will be given. Some form of energy is required. Okay, that energy could be in the form of heat, okay, or light could be sunlight, not the light, okay, heat, light, or current, that means electricity. Any form of energy could be there, heat, sunlight, or current. Okay, any form of energy could be given to that. Due to what happened? The electrons which are present in the shell, they will gain energy. Hold of the nucleus is more. As the distance from the nucleus increase, the chances, as the distance from the nucleus is increasing, okay, so the chances of the electron to escape, from the nucleus will increase definitely. Okay, so accordingly, so the energy required to remove that electron will be very low. ओके, जैसे कि आपको हम वी कैन डिस्कस द एग्जाम्पल है दैट सपोज अ टीचर इज देयर. ओके, दिस न्यूक्लियस इज लाइक अ टीचर. ओके, नाउ these are the rows in which students are sitting. Okay, in the first row how many students are there? 2. In the next row 8, next row 8. Okay, and the next row suppose one student is sitting. So what happened, as the teacher is standing here, so the chances of the teacher to make interaction with the last one could be, sometimes if the student is naughty, sometimes could be difficult. So the chances to make interaction will be less. So the chance of the outermost electron, that means the outermost student, to escape from class will be more. ठीक है, the chances of the student to escape from the class will be more. So based on that we can say that if the electron that is loosely bound, okay, if the electron that is loosely bound, okay, loosely bound, now what will happen? Loosely bound, then what will happen? Nuclear charge will be low. Definitely if electron is loosely bound, loosely held by the nucleus, then nuclear charge will be low. So energy required to remove electron, now energy required to remove electron will be less or more? Less. मीन्स मेरा यहाँ पे समझाने का पर्पज़ क्या है, when there is a nucleus and electron is there, if you have to remove this electron, any of element I'm talking here now, that if you have to remove an electron you have to provide energy, and that energy is named as ionization enthalpy. Okay, if electron is tightly held by the nucleus, the energy required, the force required, the energy required to remove the electron, to pull the electron from the nucleus, from the shell that is near to the nucleus will be more. Okay, so definitely the value of ionization enthalpy will be more. One more thing, अब यहाँ पे energy जो है ionization enthalpy, that is used by the electron. Okay, that is gained by the electron. When electron will gain, it start vibrating. Okay, when electron gain energy, it start what? Vibrating. Okay, after vibration what will happen? A stage will be reached. a stage will be reached. Which stage? When electron is having a maximum energy, so that it can be free that self from the nucleus. Okay, electron will have that sufficient energy, so it can free itself from the nucleus, okay, and get away from the nucleus and remove, it will leave the shell also, and then that is named as ionization enthalpy. Okay, and the value of the ionization enthalpy, value of ionization enthalpy is always positive. The value of ionization enthalpy is always positive. Why? Because it is absorbed. You already know, whenever in any reaction also the energy is absorbed, then it is always represented by positive. Same, if electron will absorb energy, it will gain energy. It requires that sufficient energy so that it can break the interaction with the nucleus and will leave the shell and will move out. So that energy will be in positive form. Okay, it will always be positive. Don't never ever thought that ionization enthalpy will be negative. Okay, whenever the electron is removed from the shell. Okay, so this is what ionization enthalpy. Now see the definition. The energy required to remove electron from isolated gaseous atom. Energy required to remove electron from isolated gaseous atom. What is the meaning of isolated gaseous atom? That means that whenever you will remove the electron, okay, whenever a nucleus is there, electrons are there in the shells, okay, you have to remove the electron. The element, the particular element, okay, the particular element will be in gaseous form. Okay, you know there are three states of matter: solid, liquid, or gas. Okay, whenever the element, usually when we see about metals, most of the metals, they are present in the form of solid. Okay, so first of all, the energy that is required to convert solid to gas, that is a sublimation energy. Okay, you already know that, and that I'm not mentioning here, but the main concept you have to keep in mind: the electron could be removed from the atom, but it can be removed only when the element is present in its gaseous form. Isolated means it is present, it doesn't present in any compound form. Okay, it is present as such. So that's isolated gaseous atom in its ground state. You know there are two type of electronic configuration: ground or excited. Ground means like this is the ground state electronic configuration. If I'll say again sodium, then 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. This is a ground state as such electronic configuration. Okay, what would be the excited state? Excited state could be that the 3s electron get excited to any another energy level, that could be 3p. Okay, it gains some of energy and it get excited. Okay, but it is not possible here. I'm just taking the example. So this is what ionization enthalpy. Okay, hope so it would be clear to you. Next is what? Successive ionization enthalpy. Now you have removed one electron. Now I'm going to take the example here, that is of magnesium. Now we are going to discuss about the example that will be magnesium. You know magnesium is having electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2. And you also know this thing that magnesium, when it exists as an ion, it always exists as a +2. You know this thing. And it is belonging to which group? That is alkaline earth metal. Group number 2. At the starting of this unit we have discussed. So you can see here that magnesium can lose how many electron? 2 electron magnesium can lose. Okay, so first of all magnesium will lose its 1 electron. It will form magnesium plus electron. Okay, it will form magnesium plus electron. Now if it is formed here, so what would be the electronic configuration of magnesium in it? That will be 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. Now magnesium is having only one electron in its shell. If it will lose its this electron also, then it will again become like neon. जैसे सोडियम नियॉन के जैसा बन गया था, it will also become. So again magnesium plus will lose its one more electron. It become magnesium plus 2 plus electron. Okay, so this will be the next concept, that magnesium, first of all I am writing again here so that will be more visible to you. Magnesium plus electron. So here also ionization energy is required, here also ionization energy is required. The ionization energy required here will be IE1 and here will be IE2. Okay, and one more thing, the ionization energy IE1 definitely have a different value from IE2. Okay, suppose if it will be 400 kilojoule, then it could be different from it, could be 200 kilojoule. Okay, the values could be different. Okay, IE1 could be different, IE2 could be different. So what is successive ionization energy? After the first ionization enthalpy, the next ionization enthalpies which are required to remove further electron from the same element. If you want to remove more electron from the same element, then the ionization enthalpy is named as successive ionization enthalpy. Okay, as you can see here, one more thing I want to make clear you, that here you can see it is 3s2 here, right? 2p6, I am just writing the outer one, electronic configuration, 2p6 3s2. Here it will be 2p6 3s1. Okay, here it is 2p6 3s1. After losing this electron, it will become 2p6, that is like neon. That is a stable electronic configuration. That means after losing 2 electron, magnesium attain stable electronic configuration, that is like neon. Okay, now the next concept which I am going to tell you here, that if I have to compare ionization enthalpy, although this is a different question, but I am again dictating it here, that if you have to compare ionization, the first ionization enthalpy, these are important questions. Okay, so you can't neglect that. First ionization enthalpy and second ionization enthalpy. First ionization enthalpy and second ionization enthalpy of magnesium. So my question was here, that which will be more, IE1 or IE2, which is more value, which is having the more value? You can take a 1 minute to think about that, which is having the more value, IE1 or IE2. So hope so you have thought that. According to the concept, okay, the IE1, that is first ionization enthalpy, is having more value than IE2. Now why it is so? You can easily see the electronic configuration of magnesium. Here 2 electrons are there, 3s2. Okay, the orbital, s orbital, that is fully filled, and to remove electron from the fully filled orbital, okay, to remove electron from the fully filled orbital, more energy is required. That's why IE1 is having the more value than that of IE2. But I am not saying that it is always in all other elements also. It will vary from element to element. Okay, in other element could be that IE1 could be less or IE2 could be more. It depends upon the electronic configuration, that is half filled, fully filled. Based on that you can decide your answers. Okay, so then here we are talking about successive ionization enthalpy. So definitely Hope so it will be clear to you now that what is successive ionization enthalpy. That is further after losing one electron, if the same element is having the chances to lose more than one electron, then next time also ionization enthalpy could be required, and that ionization enthalpy is named as successive ionization enthalpy. So here is the definition. The atom not only lose one electron, but it can lose more than one electron. Definitely depend upon element to element. If I'll say sodium can't lose this one more electron, so it is having only one ionization enthalpy. Okay, if you have to remove second electron from sodium, then you have to provide very high level of ionization enthalpy, and that will not lead to stability. Definitely sodium can't lose one more electron. Okay, that is a totally negligible concept. So based on that, we can decide here that the energy required to remove subsequent electron from atom is called successive ionization. That means if you want to remove further more electron from the element, then that energy is named as successive ionization enthalpy. Now the note you have to keep in mind, these are just the notes which I have made. Okay, so we have discussed all these things in the last 10 to 15 minutes. The ionization enthalpy is always positive. I have discussed with you that why it is positive, because it is absorbed by the electron. Okay, more the value of I, difficult will be to remove the इलेक्ट्रॉन. अगर आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी की वैल्यू बहुत ज़्यादा है, डेफिनेटली इलेक्ट्रॉन उतना ही स्ट्रांगली टाइटली होल्ड होगा न्यूक्लियस का उसके ऊपर, इसीलिए आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी की वैल्यू ज़्यादा है और इलेक्ट्रॉन को रिमूव करना कुड बी डिफ़िकल्ट. ओके, so example could I have taken here, I have just assumed X as an element. Okay, here that X positive and losing one electron, then IE1 the first ionization enthalpy, then after losing another electron it will become IE2 the second ionization enthalpy. So this is the first ionization enthalpy. I can also named it as a successive, this IE2 as a successive ionization enthalpy. Okay, now next I am going to talk about the factors governing ionization enthalpy. That what are the factors which will impact ionization enthalpy. Okay, that we are going to discuss. There are 5 total factors which I am going to discuss. The first 2 are very easy. The third one, first of all you have to understand screening effect, what is in actual screening effect, then only we will discuss that how screening effect is impacting ionization enthalpy. Okay, it's not only impacting ionization enthalpy, it is impacting other concepts also. So for that you have to learn screening effect. Okay, you have to understand it clearly. The next one, penetration effect, that's also the same like screening effect, it's very important. Last one is a electronic arrangement. Okay, so we are going to discuss all these factors one by one. So our first factor is, okay, first factor is what? Size of atom. First factor I am going to discuss here, size of atom. Now what do you think, how the size of atom could impact the ionization enthalpy? If the size of the element, if the size of element is more, अगर साइज बड़ा है एलिमेंट का, मोर है, then what will happen? If I will compare, there are 2 elements. See, I am comparing just 2 elements. Then you will understand very better. Electron, electron, electron. This is a lithium. Okay. Another example I will take here, that will be again sodium. Both are of the same group member. This is the structure of what? Sodium. Now which is having a more size? Definitely that is having more number of shells, that element will have the more size. And even you know, when we are moving from group, I have discussed with you that here hydrogen is there, then lithium is there, then sodium is there. So we are moving in a group, so accordingly sodium is having a more size as compared to lithium. This is the concept. right? So again sodium is having the chances to lose the electron, one electron. Same lithium is having a chance to lose one electron. Lithium also exists as lithium plus, sodium also exists as a sodium plus. Now if I have to compare the concept of ionization enthalpy here, you know this thing, that if the size of the element is more, the hold of the nucleus on the outermost shell, the interaction between the nucleus and the outermost shell will be low. Why? Because nuclear charge is increasing, but the increase of electron and the increase of shell, that overcome what? Increase of nuclear charge. That's why size increase. If size increase, the hold of the nucleus on the outermost electron, this is outermost electron, the hold of the nucleus on the outermost electron, that will decrease. If hold is less, the energy required to remove electron will be low. Here hold of nucleus on the outermost electron will be more the hold of the nucleus, more energy is required to remove the electron, because electron is tightly held by the nucleus, so energy required to remove the electron will be high. Okay, if I'm just comparing a lithium and sodium, if you have to compare hydrogen lithium, then lithium will have the more as compared to hydrogen. Okay, so it will depend from element to element, it will vary. I'm just dictating the concept there here, that how the size of atom is affecting the ionization enthalpy. So hope so it will be clear to you. Bigger the size, hold of the nucleus on the outermost electron will be low. Okay, so electron can be removed easily, so ionization enthalpy will be what? Low. But if the nucleus is having a more hold on the outermost electron, so the ionization enthalpy will be high. So this is vice versa. Okay, so you have to understand the concept. This is what? Size of atom. Next one, charge of nucleus. Hope so it would be clear if you have understand size of atom. Next one is charge of nucleus. Now how the charge of nucleus is impacting the ionization enthalpy? Ionization enthalpy is the energy required to remove the electron, right? I'm repeating it again and again. Energy required to remove the electron from the isolated gaseous atom. Okay, so charge of nucleus, more the charge, means क्या होगा? More the nuclear charge, more energy is required to remove what? Electron. More energy, more the charge, more energy is required to what? Remove electron, isn't it? So this is the concept here. The last you can relate the size of atom concept with this one. They are interrelated with each other. The next concept, that is screening effect. Screening effect. First of all, how screening effect is impacting ionization enthalpy. Before proceeding to that topic, first of all you must know what is screening effect. Screening effect is happening in multi-electronic atoms. Now what are the multi-electronic elements? Okay, like lithium, we have discussed here the example of lithium. In lithium the inner shell is fully filled. Okay, so the next electron enters in the which shell? L shell. Here the K shell is there, here the K, L, then M. So sodium is more multi-electron because the sodium is having how many? 8 electrons are lying inside, and the electron which has to remove, that is lying in the third shell. So what happened in multi-electronic atoms? Okay, अब उन केसेस में क्या है, होता क्या है, यहाँ पे हम कोई और एग्जांपल लेते हैं. We will take the example of aluminium here. Okay, I'm going to take the example of aluminium. So this is the nucleus. Aluminium, first of all, 13 atomic number. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, what next, 3p3, 6 to 8, 10 and 12 and 3p1, 13, 3p1. Boron or aluminium, they are of the member of same family. So I'm taking the example of aluminium here. Okay, although aluminium is a part of the p block, but it's also a metal, so I'm going to discuss here. Metalloid है ये, इसलिए मैं इसकी बात यहाँ पे कर रही हूँ, ठीक है. So I'm just making to understand the concept of screening effect here. So first shell will be the K shell. How many electrons are there in K shell? 2. Okay, next will be the what? L shell. Okay, how many electrons are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6 to 8 electrons are there in L shell. See, the 2 quantum number is there, so accordingly 8 electrons are there. Now next one is 3s2, 3p1. How many 3 electrons are there in the third shell? So this is a multi-electronic atom. Okay, if this is a multi-electronic atom, you can see the inner electron. What they do? The inner electrons start repelling each other. Okay, first thing, they start repelling each other. Okay, because electrons revolving around its own axis as well as around the nucleus. So when they are revolving, they start repelling each other. Even they are repelling the outermost electron. Means these electrons will repel these will repel these. Okay, they are starting repelling each other. So mostly what happen, the inner electron, अब देखिए what will happen if you will stand in a row. What happen, the people those are standing in front, sometimes they start repelling you. Okay, because they need space, so they start repelling. So the person that is standing at the end, that means that is present at the valence shell, that is repelled by the inner definitely persons those are standing at the middle. Okay, so this happens here. The electrons those are here in the shells, they repel the outermost electron. If they will repel outermost electron, what will happen? ये इलेक्ट्रॉन इसको धक्का मारे, इसको बाहर निकाल रहे. अब क्या होगा? न्यूक्लियस is attracting the electron toward itself, but these what they are doing, they are repelling the electron toward outside. So what will happen? The hold of the nucleus on the outermost electron decrease. Why? Because these inner electron repelling the outer electron, and this happens only in multi-electron atoms. So what will happen if the hold of the nucleus on the outermost electron will decrease? So definitely the nuclear charge felt by the electron that is present in the valence shell, the nuclear charge felt by the electron that is present in the valence shell will be less, and that is named as a effective nuclear charge. I am repeating again. This is the nucleus, these are the inner electron, this is the outer electron. Okay, electron that are present in the valence shell. So valence shell electron definitely have to remove. Okay, element usually lose to get stable. Okay, so the question arises here, what happens sometimes when in a multi-electron atom the inner electron repel the outer electron those are present in the valence shell. When they repel the outer electron those are present in the valence shell, the hold of the nucleus on the valence electron will decrease. If the hold on the nucleus on the valence electron will decrease, then the nuclear charge felt by the valence electron that will be less. अब न्यूक्लियस का होल्ड कम हो रहा है तो उसको जो चार्ज फील होगा वो भी तो कम फील होगा. If the nuclear charge felt by the electron will be less, then that is not named nuclear charge, that is named as effective nuclear charge. That means the nuclear charge that is actually affecting the outermost electron. And what is screening effect here? When the inner multi-electron in a multi-electron atom, when the inner electron repel the outer electron, then that electron feel less nuclear charge, and that is known as what? Screening effect. It is also named as shielding effect. शील्ड सुना है आपने? शील्डिंग, ये क्या करते हैं? शील्डिंग इफेक्ट भी बोलते हैं कि ये क्या कर रहा है? व्हाट इट विल डू, इट विल प्रोटेक्टिंग द इवन although they are repelling the electron of the outermost shell, right? They need space, but the inner electron they are also protecting, they are shielding the outer electron from the nucleus, उसको से बचा रहा है. So that is what? Screening effect. Okay, now how this effect will impact ionization enthalpy? If electron will feel less nuclear charge, the energy required to remove electron will be less. If electron will bear less nuclear charge, definitely उसको अब उसका होल्ड ही नहीं है न्यूक्लियस का उसके ऊपर प्रॉपरली, देन एनर्जी जो चाहिए उसको रिमूव करने के लिए वो भी कम चाहिए. सो द वैल्यू ऑफ आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी विल बी लो हियर. होप सो इट वुड बी अंडरस्टैंडेबल टू यू. Okay, so the value of ionization enthalpy will be low. More the screening effect, the ionization enthalpy will be low. Okay, so here the concept conclusion will be, more the value of screening effect, what? The value of ionization enthalpy what? Decrease. Okay, or vice versa, less, or you can say less screening effect. अगर screening effect less है, so IE value will be more. Okay, so this is the concept. So you can write the definition now. In multi-electron atom, I am talking about multi-electron, the outermost electron are shielded or screened from the nucleus, okay, by the inner electron. So the effective nuclear charge work only. Okay, so the effective nuclear charge works only, that will be less than the actual nuclear charge. So this is what? Screening event. And how it is impacting, we have discussed here that how it is affecting. Okay, next one, penetration effect. Now how the penetration effect will impact the ionization enthalpy? This is the next concept we are having. In penetration impact, we can say that important point which you have to keep in mind, what it says that we are having a nucleus. Okay, इसको भी समझना पड़ेगा. So we are having penetration effect. Next one is we are having penetration effect. Now I am going to discuss about that. What happen if this is the nucleus? It is observed that the S block elements, S block, you can say S orbital count कर लो, element मत बोलो, S orbital are present more closer to the nucleus. Okay, it says that S orbitals are more closer to the nucleus than that of the F, and the S block are more closer to the nucleus than P are more closer to the nucleus than D are more closer to the nucleus than F. Okay, so according to this concept, they are saying that what is penetrated? Penetration means the, what is the concept here, that S orbitals, they are more closer, more penetrated toward the nucleus. उसका जो they are present closer to the nucleus. Okay, and then that P orbital, इनका जो orientation होता है ना, we have learned that S orbital is spherical, P is the dumbbell shape, then D is having different shape, F is also having. So based on that, okay, so S orbital as per of its spherical nature, they are penetrated more toward the nucleus. Okay, due to that penetration, the hold of the nucleus on the S is more than that of P and then P is having as compared to D, it has a nucleus that is having more hold on P, okay, and so on. So the hold is decreasing from S to F. So based on that, closer to the nucleus, ionization enthalpy will be what? High. Closer to the nucleus, value of ionization enthalpy will be high. Far from the nucleus, the value of ionization enthalpy will be low. That means the electron which will be present in s orbital, if you have to compare sp, d and f, example could be given to you. So based on that, you can see in the valence shell are present in f or s or p. So based on that, you can decide on the basis of penetration effect that the electrons which are present in the s orbital, that are present more closer to the nucleus, more penetrated toward the nucleus due to its orientation, due to which it will feel more nuclear charge, and the energy required to remove the electron will be high. Okay, so this is the, as more electrons are present in multi-electron, so in this case sp, d and f orbital could be filled, right, in multi-electron, definitely. So in those cases, s orbital have the maximum probability near the nucleus, which goes on decreasing in the order. Okay, so closer to the nucleus, more the value of IP. The last effect, fifth one, electronic arrangement. We have discussed it already, but I am repeating again. As half-filled and fully filled electronic configuration, you already know in the second unit structure of atom, even you have discussed a question that is based on copper and chromium, that why copper and chromium have exceptional electronic configuration. We have discussed now. So based on that, you can decide that half-filled and fully filled electronic configuration, they are stable. If the half-filled and fully filled electronic configuration they are stable, so definitely stable electronic configuration में से electron को remove करना difficult होता है. So definitely the value of ionization enthalpy will be what? High. Okay. Now next one, I have written I have highlighted some of the things here. देखिए noble gases की भी मैंने यहाँ पे बात की. noble gases तो fully filled होती हैं. नोबल गैसेस नेवर लूज इलेक्ट्रॉन, बट उनमें क्या है, एक जिनोन एक ऐसा एलिमेंट है जो सम ऑफ द रिएक्शन शो करता है. ठीक है, जिनोन जो है बहुत लास्ट में जाके आता है ग्रुप 18 में. सो ये शो करता है समटाइम्स इट लूज इलेक्ट्रॉन, ये रिएक्ट करता है कुछ एलिमेंट के साथ, रेस्ट तो नन ऑफ द नोबल गैस रिएक्ट. सो these are the factors which are affecting the ionization enthalpy. So total 5 factors we have discussed here. Okay, so the next one, we have discussed the concept of ionization enthalpy, the factors also, but here how the ionization enthalpy varied in a period. अब ionization enthalpy period में कैसे वेरी करती है, ठीक है. So कैसे वेरी करती है ionization enthalpy. अब पीरियड में तुम्हें पता है व्हेन वी आर मूविंग इन अ पीरियड, एटॉमिक साइज़ क्या होता है, डिक्रीज़ होता है. ये सारी चीज़ें हमने पिछली वीडियो में डिस्कस की हैं. अब एटॉमिक साइज़ डिक्रीज़ होगा, न्यूक्लियर चार्ज इंक्रीज़ होगा. न्यूक्लियर चार्ज ज़्यादा होगा तो इलेक्ट्रॉन को रिमूव करने के लिए एनर्जी क्या चाहिए होगी, ज़्यादा चाहिए होगी. तो आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी भी क्या होगी, ज़्यादा होगी. इंक्रीज आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी, देखिए आई हैव जस्ट रिटन टू द पॉइंट, इट इंक्रीज ड्यू टू डिक्रीज ऑफ एटॉमिक रेडियाई एंड इंक्रीज ऑफ न्यूक्लियर चार्ज. न्यूक्लियर चार्ज बढ़ रहा है, एटॉमिक साइज़ कम हो रहा है, जिसकी वजह से होल्ड ऑफ न्यूक्लियस आउटर मोस्ट इलेक्ट्रॉन पे ज़्यादा होगा, वही सारी चीज़ें बार बार, और जिसकी वजह से एनर्जी ज़्यादा चाहिए इलेक्ट्रॉन को रिमूव करने की. तो ये कुछ क्वेश्चंस हैं बेस्ड ऑन पीरियड जो मैंने लिखे हैं. वाई हाफ फिल्ड एंड फुली फिल्ड आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पीज आर हैविंग हाई, हाफ फिल्ड एंड फुली फिल्ड हैव हाई वैल्यू ऑफ आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी, क्यों होती हैं. ठीक है, आई एम टायर्ड, मैं कब से बोल रही हूँ इसकी वजह से. सो वाई हाफ फिल्ड एंड फुली फिल्ड हैव हाई वैल्यू ऑफ आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी. I think you can give the answer, we have discussed already. Next one, why beryllium have high value of ionization enthalpy than lithium. This is the question which you have to think. See, next concept we are having, why beryllium. Okay, why beryllium have high value of ionization enthalpy than lithium. You can just write the electronic configuration of lithium. First of all, lithium is 1s2 2s1. See the beryllium, 1s2 2s2, which is fully filled. Although this is half filled, but this is fully filled. If I have to compare, then I can say fully filled are more stable than that of half filled. One thing. Second thing, you know, this is in the periodic table, hydrogen, lithium. Okay, here the beryllium is present. This is, we are moving in what period? Lithium to beryllium, we are moving in a period. So if we are moving in a period, so we have discussed the concept here that in a period the ionization enthalpy increase due to decrease of atomic radii. So that means यहाँ से यहाँ जाते हुए atomic radii क्या हुआ, डिक्रीज हुआ. लिथियम से बेरिलियम का साइज़ जो था वो स्मॉल होगा, तो आयनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी ज़्यादा होनी चाहिए थी. लेकिन हमारा क्वेश्चन क्या कहता है कि बेरिलियम की ज़्यादा है लिथियम से. अब ऐसा क्यों है? इसका आंसर है ये. क्या आंसर है इसकी? इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कन्फिगरेशन क्या है? इट हैज़ फुली फिल्ड व्हाट? इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन. ठीक है, इट हैज़ फुली फिल्ड इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन. दैट्स व्हाई इट्स वैल्यू ऑफ आई इज़ मोर देन दैट ऑफ लिथियम. यहाँ पे फिर हमें पीरियड वाला जो कंसेप्ट है वो निगलेक्ट करके हमें ये देखना पड़ेगा कि इसकी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन के बेस पे ये ज़्यादा स्टेबल था, तो ज़्यादा एनर्जी चाहिए. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट वन. Next question we are having, why beryllium have higher value of ionization enthalpy than boron? Again, okay, again the same answer could be there. If I have to compare beryllium and boron, 1s2 2s2 1s2 2s2 2p1, this is the electronic configuration. Although again this is from in a period, वी आर मूविंग इन अ पीरियड, सेम पीरियड में है ये. ठीक है, सो इसके अकॉर्डिंग बोरन का साइज स्मॉल है, तो इसकी न्यूक्लियर चार्ज भी ज़्यादा होना था, और इलेक्ट्रॉन को जो रिमूव करने के लिए आयनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी चाहिए थी वो भी ज़्यादा चाहिए थी एज़ कम्पेयर टू बेरिलियम. बट ऐसा नहीं होता, इसके ऑपोजिट बेरिलियम की जो आयनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी है वो ज़्यादा हो रही है. क्यों हो रही है? अगेन द सेम आंसर, ड्यू टू fully filled electronic configuration. Beryllium is having fully filled electronic configuration. That's why this is only the reason that it is having a high value of ionization enthalpy. एक रीज़न आप यहाँ पे ये लिख सकते हो. एक तो ये हो गया इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर, fully filled electronic configuration. ओके, एक तो आपका रीज़न ये हो गया फुली फिल्ड इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कन्फिगरेशन वाला. सेकंड आपका रीज़न यहाँ पे जो अभी अभी हमने डिस्कस किया, यहाँ पे देखो इसी वीडियो में हमने अभी डिस्कस किया है, सी व्हाट, पेनिट्रेशन इफेक्ट किया ना. सो पेनिट्रेशन इफेक्ट यहाँ पे है, दिख रहा है आपको, 2s2 और 2p1 विच इज़ मोर क्लोजर टू द न्यूक्लियस s एज कम्पेयर टू p. सो सेकेंड रीज़न वुड बी penetration effect. Okay, so due to penetration effect what will happen, s block is present closure. Okay, s block नहीं, s orbital is present closure, so that's why having high value of ionization enthalpy. Okay, understood है? Okay, next question we are going to discuss. Next question we are have, that is, ये हो गया हमारे 3 क्वेश्चंस. द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, व्हाई नाइट्रोजन हैव हाई वैल्यू ऑफ आई देन ऑक्सीजन? नाइट्रोजन की ज़्यादा वैल्यू क्यों है देन ऑक्सीजन? ना नाइट्रोजन और ऑक्सीजन को कंपेयर करते हैं. ये देखो, ये है हमारा ग्रुप 2, लिथियम, बेरिलियम. ओके, सारा एक बार डिस्कस कर लेते हैं. बोरॉन, देन नाइट्रोजन, देन उसके बाद आएगा ऑक्सीजन, देन फ्लोरीन, देन नियॉन. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 1 is missing. अच्छा, carbon is missing here. Yes, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. So atomic number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कन्फिगरेशन देखो, 2s2 सॉरी 2s1 2s2 यही थी. यहाँ पे आएगी 2p1, यहाँ पे आएगी 2p2, यहाँ आएगी 2p3, यहाँ आएगी 2p4, यहाँ आएगा 2p5 और यहाँ आएगा 2p6. अब देखो, ये हाफ फिल्ड था, ये फुली फिल्ड था. इसका क्वेश्चन हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं कि इसकी आयनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी ज़्यादा होगी इससे. ठीक है, उसके अलावा हमारा जो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन था वो ये था, इसके और इसके बीच में किसकी ज़्यादा होगी, ठीक है। तो इसका आंसर भी हमारा क्या है, बेरिलियम है। इसके बीच में तो दो चीज़ें आ गई, एक तो पीरियड में मूव कर रहे हैं, एक तो उसकी वजह से इसकी ज़्यादा होगी, दूसरी इसकी आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी क्या है, फुली फिल्ड है, तो इसकी वजह से भी इसकी ज़्यादा होगी। सेकेंड थिंग है यहाँ पे देखिए, बोरोन और कार्बन, बेरिलियम और बोरोन का हम क्वेश्चन डिस्कस कर चुके हैं। उसके बाद हमारा जो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है दैट कि नाइट्रोजन की जो आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी है वो ऑक्सीजन से ज़्यादा क्यों है। और जब हम नाइट्रोजन की बात करते हैं तो नाइट्रोजन देखो 1s2 2s2 2p3, दिस इज़ व्हाट नाइट्रोजन। 1s2 2s2 2p3, दिस इज़ व्हाट नाइट्रोजन है ना ये। सो अगर ये इसकी आप इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कन्फिगरेशन देखो तो इसका जो आउटर मोस्ट शेल है p ऑर्बिटल है, p ऑर्बिटल 3 होते हैं, तो हर में एक इलेक्ट्रॉन प्रेजेंट है, दैट मीन्स ये क्या है, हाफ फिल्ड है, हाफ फिल्ड है। जब मैं ऑक्सीजन की बात करूं तो दैट इज़ 1s2 2s2 2p4। यहाँ पे देखो अब क्या है, अब हाफ फिल्ड नहीं है, तो आपको आंसर मिल गया होगा, इस क्वेश्चन का आपको आंसर मिल गया होगा दैट वाई नाइट्रोजन हैव हाई वैल्यू ऑफ आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी देन ऑक्सीजन, बिकॉज इट इज़ हैविंग अ हाफ फिल्ड इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कन्फिगरेशन। ओके, अब उसके बाद अगर मैं कंपेयर करूँ ऑक्सीजन फ्लोरीन नियॉन, तो अब क्या होगा, यहाँ देखो, यहाँ कोई हाफ फील्ड का कंसेप्ट नहीं है, यहाँ भी नहीं है, यहाँ भी नहीं है। सो ये सबसे ज़्यादा स्टेबल होगा इन तीनों में से, क्यों, क्योंकि ये फुली फिल्ड इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कन्फिगरेशन है, ठीक है। यहाँ पे कुछ एक्सेप्शंस आ रही थी, वो हमने डिस्कस करनी है। सो दीज आर द क्वेश्चंस विच आर बेस्ड ऑन वेरिएशन इन अ पीरियड। द लास्ट एंड बट नॉट द लीस्ट, ओके। सो वेरिएशन इन अ ग्रुप, ये आपको चीज़ें पता ही है कि व्हेन यू आर मूविंग इन अ ग्रुप एटॉमिक रेडियस क्या होता है, एटॉमिक रेडियस इंक्रीज। अगर एटॉमिक रेडियस इंक्रीज होगा तो आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी क्या होगी, डिक्रीज़ होगी, क्यों, क्योंकि न्यूक्लियर चार्ज क्या होगा, डिक्रीज़ होगा। ओके, वही सारी एटॉमिक रेडियस जो लास्ट टॉपिक हमने पढ़ा था लास्ट वीडियो में, वही सारी चीज़ें हैं, उसी के बेस पे वेरिएशन इन अ ग्रुप दैट इज़ डिस्कस्ड, ठीक है। अब क्वेश्चन यहाँ पे एक और भी है, द वैल्यू ऑफ सक्सेसिव आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी इज़ हायर, इज़ इट हायर फॉर एवरीथिंग, एवरीवन, एवरी एलिमेंट। जैसे मैंने आपसे मैग्नीशियम की बात की थी, तो मैग्नीशियम में तो ये क्या थी, इसकी जो सक्सेसिव आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी की वैल्यू थी, मैंने अभी आपसे इसी वीडियो में बात की है, तो उसकी जो सक्सेसिव आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी की वैल्यू थी वो लो थी। लेकिन हर केस में ऐसा नहीं होगा, जैसे कि यहाँ पे मैंने एक क्वेश्चन लिखा है, वाई फर्स्ट आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी ऑफ सोडियम इज़ लोअर देन मैग्नीशियम whereas second ionization enthalpy of sodium is higher than magnesium. So this is the question which I am giving to you, so you have to give me the answer. You can message me, okay, you can message me this answer in the inbox. Thank you for watching.